Hello, today I'm going to be talking about the power of free resources in business. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger here for the presentation, but I know we've all heard of free resources, getting people into your funnel. How much content do we give away? How much do we keep for our paid programs? Why is my free content not converting? So I'm going to be here to answer all of those questions for you today and go through this training on why I think free resources are of great asset in business and how to create them and proper expectations to have around them. Okay, so free resources are all about building trust. And if you've watched Alex Hormozy's training, or there's been a lot of trainings out there from bigger entrepreneurs stating that in order to get people to want to buy from you, you have to build that trust, you have to build that goodwill. And free resources really help in doing that, because imagine that you meet someone for the first time and you don't know anything about them and they're trying to sell you a product or service. A lot of times we actually buy via the person and the way we feel around them versus the actual product itself. And so free resources have the ability to convey if you would be a good match working with someone else. So types of free resources include trainings, videos, courses. There's tons of other freebies and lead magnets that I actually cover in my course, Lead Generation Accelerator. But for the purposes of today, I'm going to have it be these trainings, courses, videos, this type of freebie. Value-driven content ensures that the audience gains value from the resources. So you never want to say, I'm going to give this away for free and then gatekeep the whole time. If you're going to give 5 steps to how to improve your Instagram profile and then you just talk about your course or program the whole time, that's not going to entice people to buy it. You really want people to take away something that from your freebie or lead magnet that is valuable to them, because if you can even make the smallest little tweak in someone's business, they'll remember you and they'll remember that you helped them. Deep dive into specific skills to improve people's business and provide a wealth of knowledge. So the best way to give a really good freebie is to over deliver. I don't know about you, but I've been to some freebies where it is just promo the whole time and I walk away and I feel like I learned nothing and I'm probably never going to work with that person. But I've also been to events or watched YouTube videos where it's like I'm taking notes the whole time and I'm like, wow, if this is for free, I can't even fathom what their paid content would be like. And so it makes me curious and it furthers that psychology of the sales cycle. And yeah, over delivering on free content creates a positive first impression with your audience. So a lot of times your free resource is going to be the first thing that people coming into your audience, potential buyers, will actually see of yours. So making it really great is essential here. You don't want to put your worst stuff out for free because that's people's first time meeting you, first time interacting with you. If your free stuff isn't good, they're never going to get to the paid content. And I'm not saying you should put your worst stuff in paid content either. I'm just saying like every single thing you do, make it really quality, make it very valuable to people, even if it's free for them. All right, so freebies are really about community building. They attract more people to your community, more people that you can have conversations with, more people on your email list, more people on your social media sites, more people in your groups. So when you think about freebies, really think of this as a community building exercise. It's not necessarily a conversion event. It's building your community, building your reach, building trust with your community. It fosters goodwill and trust. So the more you say, this is what I'm going to deliver, and you deliver or over deliver on that, the more people are going to trust you. And the true goal of any sort of free content or free training or whatnot is really just to build a strong and supportive community and build trust with your audience. So that leads me to the next point, which is setting realistic expectations for freebies. So this is a model that I used to see in the industry quite a bit, and I actually fell into this for a while with myself, with my clients, is I always looked at things in terms of launch cycles. So let's say we have a group program. What I was taught in the beginning was to, get everything in order, invite people to the webinar, have a really good webinar, so that hasn't changed. And then that webinar is like the sole thing that's converting people to that paid experience. And I've shifted away from that thinking a little bit, because while I do think that having a free event before a paid experience is a really great tactic, I do think that we can't put all our eggs in one basket. I think that having multiple free events over time is what really helps people get to know and trust and buy from you. A lot of times we're putting so much expectation on this one free event for people to convert. And that's just the beginning taste of someone working with you or getting to know you. So they may go to this freebie and convert 6 months later. So really just keeping that door open and providing really good experience during that freebie. And then over time, that person may convert to be your customer. So looking at it as the freebie is a win no matter what, because you're building trust and you're building community. A value-based business really focuses on delivering through free resources. So for example, this YouTube channel, I don't expect someone to watch these videos and then convert right away into my paid resources, but I'm able to invite people in and say, hey, like, here's some free resources. I truly don't expect to get anything in return from making these videos other than helping people gain knowledge around lead generation. But if you do want to continue working with me, here are some pathways that you can do that through Lead Generation Accelerator, through my Done For You services. So that really opens the door for people to work with me, but it's not expected. We're giving it for free, so it is a free resource without anything weird energetics in return. All right, creating a wealth of free resources to provide an abundant value to the community. So when I think of this, I think of the people that I have like had on my vision board to work with, the people that I truly like listened to for a while before working with. And when I stop and think about, okay, who were these people? They either had podcasts I would listen to on my drive to and from work. They have YouTube channels where I'm getting so much incredible value that I'm like, okay, if they have, like, I'm going to search if they have anything paid because their free stuff is way too good. People who go live constantly in their groups and I'm getting lots of value. People who deliver webinars. Maybe I've attended a few webinars and then I'm like, okay, I'm listening. Like, what more do you have for me here? So just having this huge content suite of free content lets people plug in where they need the most support and you're the one giving it to them. And it's just a really nice attraction marketing. I think we look at YouTube videos and podcasts and they get really big because people really do appreciate this free content and they do really genuinely start to connect with that person. That person is a wealth of knowledge for them, place of safety. They trust you because they've put your free methods into place and they've gotten results. And so that also helps build your community because if it's a free resource, someone's probably sharing that with their friend or whatnot because they're like, oh, I got really good value here. Look at this. I don't know how many times I've shared YouTube videos with my clients, my friends, my family, because I do think that it's such a good wealth of knowledge. So I guess all of this to say is putting excessive pressure on freebies to convert can really lead to disappointment. And I remember this in one of my clients is we did this webinar, it went really well. People, were still in conversation and it was a disappointment because there were no more free events, but that was the only chance they got to know this person. Even though she had this really incredible program, people didn't get a chance to get to know her. But I think if she were to do that, like every month, every few months, people would really get the chance to know her. They'd probably end up buying her service. Okay. The value of paid services. So the question I get the most when I'm talking about freebies is, well, how much do I know I could give away and how much do I need to pull back and make sure that this is only in my paid content? So in my opinion, you can't give away too much value in your freebies because you're speaking to a general audience. So even making this video, I'm not speaking to a specific person with a specific struggle or specific success that I'm speaking to. I'm just speaking to the masses. I'm speaking to whoever may stumble upon this video today in 10 years. You don't know, but your paid services are really where you go deep with people. So I think of my services, and I have my done for you service, right? Where I actually go in and do lead generation for people. These YouTube videos are never going to replace that. It's never going to replace me actually being in the business and doing the work. So even if I give all my best secrets on here, nothing will replace giving someone their time back by doing that done for you service. And same with my coaching and my lead generation program. So nothing's going to replace those live calls where people are able to come to me with their individualized questions or ask about their specific strategy, and I'm able to give them a recommendation. That doesn't happen in YouTube videos. That doesn't happen in podcasts. It doesn't happen in live events. It may happen where people are asking questions and you're able to answer them. But that's like a one-time thing for these people. Or maybe they get to come to a few events, but they don't have you in your back pocket. Like with my business coach, I pretty much message her almost every single day, and I could go to her free events, but if I'm not paying for that service and actually getting someone to look at my business specifically and have those moments where I'm confused and have a question and I have that support, I don't think free will ever replace paid in that regard. And same with groups. Like if you are putting together a group or a membership, you can have free content, but it's never going to replace that community aspect that people are buying into. So don't be afraid to give away a lot for free. Even if you have like in my course, I have the course section, and then I have the live events or the live calls. I also have the one-on-one calls and chat support and everything, but even the course position of it, like in my course, there's exercises that people complete. Like I give them work to do, where in a YouTube video, it's a lot harder to hold people accountable to doing the work, or a webinar where you're not going to check back in with that person. I think people also really like long-term containers, and live interactions are just like a short little burst of here's some knowledge, where a long-term container, you're growing with someone over the span of your business. So you're able to really plug in with them and go through each phase, where this is kind of like just a little piece of that with the free versions. Free content actually helps clients progress towards wanting to work with you though. So I think it is a very, very important first step of the process. I think that the more free content people have, the more likely they are to get clients. And you see this over and over again. So do a case study in your own niche of, okay, who's doing really well? And so I'm going to use coaching as mine because I interact with a lot of coaches. So the coaches that I see doing really well, they have podcasts where they're releasing episodes. They have free events going on. They have YouTube channels with so many subscribers, and they're constantly putting out free content. They're constantly posting on their socials, giving away tips. I don't think you're going to find a successful entrepreneur who doesn't have a wealth of free content. And so I think it is like that law of reciprocity. The more you give, the more you get in return. So I do think that very, very valuable. All right, so that concludes the presentation on freebies, why free content is so valuable, how much you can give away, and how this all really works to then upsell into your programs. So I hope this made sense to you. Please comment below if you have any questions, like this video if you found value, and subscribe to the channel if you want to learn more about lead generation strategies and business in general. See you in the next video.